Greetings, chat. How's it going? Welcome to the concerning show, because I am concerned. I'm going to be like a journalist now. I actually do like Styx, because I started listening to him as one of my first political commentators, so there's a little bit of nostalgia, and to see the decay, the degradation, is not something wholesome. And we're going to go through through what happened to him. I'm going to show you a video. But first off, let's wait for more people to join the chat, because if I start right away, then by the time YouTube sends notifications to others, they will be, V, when are you going to talk about Styx? And I'm like, well, I already talked about it. He does seem to, yeah, like people are saying in the chat that he is losing his minds. He does seem to have some of his marbles lost. Hopefully he does find them. But anyway, you know what? Like, let's start, and we can comment. Now the thing is, I genuinely don't like seeing clips like this because there's no context to them. But I'm hoping like maybe you guys can tell me more, because I understand like some people are saying that he's actually talking about Scott Adams, but it just doesn't feel that way. So let's watch it first.
Flamplezorp, you okay, Styx? You are slurring your words. Is it the insomnia again? Yeah, I basically didn't sleep last night. I'm sorry. People in the morning thought that I was a little bit buzzed out when I made my morning videos. They were correct, but it wasn't because of substance use. In fact, I haven't even used any fucking pot in several days. It was because I did not really sleep. I think I slept maybe, 2 hours last night? Something like that. My insomnia has gotten worse. My body is beginning to die. I will not be around much longer. I'm sorry to tell you all. I figured that I would say this in a live stream. I'm not going to be alive very much longer. I've been chemming myself up just to stay alive. I won't be around much longer. I'm going to go away. I'm sorry about that. But there's nothing that I can do about it. It will happen. It will happen again. So, yeah. Who gives a shit? Ha ha ha! Yeah. Who gives a fuck? Gwen, go away. Go back to hell. I'm going to die. I'm dying. I would share with you the diagnoses, but that's really nobody else's business.
Okay, so the only thing that I find suspicious is that the person played this at 0.8 frames. I guess like in order to make him look worse than he is. My question is like, is he talking about Scott Adams? Like, is he reading something from a prompter, or is this like legitimately him talking about himself? Nevertheless, I want to make a comparison, right? Because like it's important to point out how he was 5 years ago.
Millennials. All right, everyone, you're probably hearing some of the reports about LGBTQ acceptance declining among the youth. That is, when you compare Gen Z to millennials, acceptance of, like, gay and lesbian stuff is lower. But that's a little bit misleading.
Right? So, I'm not going to accept the insomnia excuse, because this is consistent. Like, I've watched him, and I stopped watching him after a while, where Yeah, like he does seem like he is under substance. That now he says he isn't. Like that's fair enough, but like I don't know what's happening, and it's not like from this live stream. It's for like the last 2 years. Like you can go through the last 2 years and compare like how he used to make videos with how he is doing now. And it's not just like the slurring and stuff, but it's like the points that he is making. It felt to me like the previous videos like had stronger points and stronger arguments. Never trust birds. Oh, okay. The same guy is giving another video where he speaks normal. You can't be this dumb. No, because like he's saying like this is how he used to be 5 years ago, and I'm not dumb. I'm asking questions. Like, is he reading from Scott Adams, or is he like this is a clip where he is talking about you? So, lazy one, if you happen to be in the know, if you're like deep into the lore, please tell me. But yeah, no, like I already pointed out, like the video is not at normal speed. I already pointed out that it's at 0.8. I don't care about the slurring, right? Like what I care about is the content of what he is saying. He is saying that he is dying. And I want to know if he is reading this because like Scott Adams passed away recently, and is he reading like Scott Adams' lore, or is this like talking about himself? Oh, you're only referring to like the 0.75 speed. No, like that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I don't know why the guy recorded it as such. Here's what I know about Styx, right? Again, I would need some corrections if I make mistakes, because I did bounce in and out in his storyline. So there may be parts that I'm missing or parts that I get wrong, and I need correction. It all started with Styx visiting a very lovely lady that was a little bit unstable. Apparently, he threw a phone at her. Now he didn't want to throw the phone at her. The phone ricochet, like when you play snooker, and you hit the white ball in order to try to hit the black and do a trick shot. It's kind of what his phone did, right? Like he threw the phone. I think it landed in the bed, and from the bed, it bounced into her. And she got a broken nose or something. And because of that, Styx ended up in jail for a couple of days. And he was rescued by the Quartering. It was actually to his benefit that he agreed to appear with Melody back on the Quartering as a co-host. And so when the Quartering found out, that's like, okay, first episode, we're going live. Where is Styx? He's in jail. And Quartering was like, oh shit, this is not good. And he paid bail for Styx. He bailed him out. Now, Styx got a lot of hate on the internet, right? They were saying this is why they call him Clankers, because he clanked her, you know? He got jailed for domestic battery. It's a serious crime. And so people were tearing into him. Now, as this is happening, he actually has like really weird takes. Now, I understand that Styx is into the occult. But when you tell me that someone is in the occult, I usually believe it's like, okay, well, you know, they're fascinated about the lore. They're kind of studying the occult. It is what it is. But like, no, like Styx unironically seems to genuinely believe in the occult. And so he summoned this Prince of Darkness by the name of Stolas, which, according to the lore, is the prince, I believe, of alchemy and astrology. And like, according, like, if you get to summon like a demon, like this is like a nicer demon to summon. If again, like I'm not an expert, but it's like my understanding. Like he actually shares the knowledge of shit. He appears in Has Been Hotel. I'm not making this up. Like this is actually a cat. He appears like an owl, right? And so Styx claims that he's like a warlock, like he made a binding pact with this entity, and I think like if that's true, then the misfortune in his life maybe Stolas' work. But like, look, more interesting things happen, which get Styx in various predicaments. One of the things is that the prosecutor that was investigating his case at the time apparently blew his brains out. Like, committed suicide, right? And Styx then makes a video claiming that he performed chaos magic. Like he literally voodooed the guy. And I'm watching that, and again, like, I'm a person that watched Styx for political commentary, and hearing that coming from him was a little bit bizarre. It's like, really? Like, you casted, like, what, like a tier 3 spell? Or right, like, he didn't send Stolas, I believe. Like, he used his own magic, and he killed his prosecutor, which, again, like, it's a little bit weird. Like, even if, let's say, even if like you can actually use magic in order to qualify for the United States Special Forces, you would think that you'd have like a little bit more mercy. Like, the guy was just doing his job, and just like taking him out means that you're going to get another prosecutor anyway. Like, you know, I'm just saying, like, it's not something to brag about. But anyway, yeah, he voodooed, yeah. So he then apparently I think like he got off, like he didn't have to serve time or anything, which is kind of normal because it's like the first offense and shit. But he got a court order to stay away from her, and unfortunately for him, he violated the court order, but he kind of violated in a way that's not really his fault. He claims that she contacted him and told him that she overdosed. And so in order to save her life, she went to her and broke the door and stuff. Again, I guess, like, this is emotions running amok. But, like, dude, if I were to have a woman that got me to sleep a night in jail, I would never talk to that woman ever again. Like, I don't care what she does. But I guess, like, maybe Styx is a very compassionate man. Or maybe, like, this is Stolas checking in and being like, look, now is the time for me to make my side of the deal, right? Like, the whole deal is like, you have to do something for me now. You need to go and save her. Whatever the case may be. But this is not where the magic ends. Like, there's more magic. Apparently, like, there was a really nasty winter. And I think, like, it went to the state where he actually got to spend the night in jail. And he again claims that he done chaos magic in order to, like, divert the air currents from his home state to this other place. I think it's like Virginia. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? You know, like, this is now a grand wizard that can control the meteorology and shit. Anyway, apparently, like, the cops came in, arrested them again. This is like videotape. Like, there's video footage of the cops coming in, and I think, like, his parents were there and shit. And he was basically saying, it's like, look, I already been to court. Like, this case is settled. A judge understood what happened. They arrested him regardless. I think, like, Styx is saying that one of the cops has something against him. But then he accidentally discharged a firearm. And so, like, all of this, you know, like, when you put all of these together, you end up with him looking at some serious time. And I think his court date is soon. And now he claims that he's going to die. And it's unknown what happens. Like, from what I understand, in the United States penitentiary, regardless of what state you're in, when you go in, they check your paperwork. And so, like, they look at what you did, basically. And there is good paperwork and there is bad paperwork. Good paperwork means that you killed someone, you're part of a gang, you dealt with drugs. Like, these are crimes that other people from the penitentiary accept as being normal crimes, right? Like, well, not even that. Like, these are crimes that elevate your status in the prison. Then you have, like, neutral crimes, like you accidentally run over someone. And then you have like bad paperwork. And bad paperwork is anything that has to do with women and children. So like if you hurt a woman, if you hurt a child, if you hurt the elderly, this is considered to be bad paperwork. And if you're caught with that, like they're not going to investigate what happened. They're not going to look into your case. They're not, like if you're arrested in prison and you're like, you hit a woman, like domestic battery, they will beat the living shit out of you. You're not like at the same level with like a rapist or a child molester, but it's pretty fucking bad. So like maybe this is what he's talking about. Like maybe, he experienced unpleasantry last time he went to jail, and now if he thinks that he may go again, it may keep him up at night, may give him insomnia and all that shit. Not to mention, like going to prison with insomnia, that's probably hell on earth. You're doing basically double your time. Let me go through some super chats first. Christianity is part of the occult. Anything spiritual is part of the occult. Christianity, spiritual belief system. Well, no. Let's not play word games. Like you can manipulate the language if you want, but usually the occult, like the occult is literally something that Christians defined as any type of magic that doesn't have to do with Christianity, right? And so the Eucharist, nobody would claim that it is the occult. Does that make sense? Right? Like, if you say, my mother went and practiced occult things, like what did she do? She went to the church in order to confess her sins and took wine. Like, people are going to say that I'm fucking with them. It's like, hold on, I thought your mother is interesting. Like, I thought she was raising some demons or some shit. Why are you selling wolf tickets? Fuck is wrong with you, right? Like, when you talk about the occult, talk about the real shit. Talk about the pentagrams and the spiritual dinner and the Hillary Clinton. That's some occult stuff. SRC Maker, thank you for the $10. V, I'm into the occult and I stay away from divination, the part of magic you can use to summon demons and spirits. Besides telling the future and things, because of exactly what may happen to Styx. But, do demons want to be summoned? Like, this is a question, like... I don't understand the demonic business model here. Like, if you're going to go after every single person that summoned you, then why would you expect more people to summon you? Or maybe it actually works, Maybe, like, I guess if people still summon demons today and they go after everyone that summoned them, maybe their business model is better than I give them criticism for. Is the price of white girl magic. Never trust the birds. This is what happens when we trust the birds. Chaos magic also don't trust walruses or dungongs. I don't know, like, see, the thing is, like, what does it take for a person to be convinced that magic is real? Because how can you tell if it actually happens or if it's a coincidence? It's not like in Dungeons and Dragons or like in Harry Potter where you go like Expelliarmus and shit happens right away, right? So, like, unless it's, like, consistent, it's kind of weird to then claim that it's real. I don't know. But to go in public and to basically say that you're casting spells unironically, I mean, sure, but, I guess that content is not for me. He became the rooster in gang terms. That's only in Russian, right? So in Russia, in prison, if you're a rooster, it means that you're at the bottom of the totem pole. It means that you're pretty much like a slave. And apparently, even amongst roosters, there are ranks. Maybe demons are like banks and go after the loan takers? I don't know. It's just... If demons were real, though, like, would people actually make deals with them? Because, like, okay, if demons are real, then it means that your soul is real. And if you can trade your soul for temporary power, like, that's the worst thing you can do? Like, you would spend eternity? Like, should you understand what eternity is? Because the thing is, like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in souls. Like, I believe that after you die is literally the same before you were born. Like, the exact same sensation that you had before you were born is the exact same sensation that you will have after you die. That's what I believe. But let's assume that there is a soul. Okay, that's fine. Why would you trade infinity in hell for something on earth? I just don't get it. It's just weird to me. It is what it is, you know. Um, if demons are real, then why wouldn't God be real? Yeah, I mean, okay, there is a possibility that demons are real and God isn't real, right? Like if you have like a supernatural entity that's like literally demonic, doesn't necessarily have to be like the Christian type of demon. Like for instance, the Japanese believe in yokai, and they have horns and shit. And the Japanese don't believe in the Christian God. They believe in many gods, right? And so, like, let's assume that yokais are real and you don't have like a Christian God. But like, if the demon wants a deal with you, like it wants something from you, it means that if you don't give him that deal, like it means that you can potentially say no, in which case it's something valuable to you. Like that's the thing, you know, like if some aliens came on Earth and I was the leader of a nation and they demanded like some rock that I have, like I would assume that that rock is probably worth some value and I shouldn't just trade it away. Unless I find out what it is and why they want it. What does Styx have? I don't know, I guess a soul. See, like this is another thing that's interesting about Styx. He's one of the few YouTubers that basically said he doesn't want to put ads on his channel. And this is interesting because there was a time when YouTube didn't have any type of monetization. And when AdSense came along, there was actually this debate that if you enable ads, you're selling out. And even Mr. Bedecker was part of that debate, and he said, like, if you have a Patreon, if you have a subscribe star, you're selling out. And Styxhexenhammer agreed. Now, everyone, including Mr. Bedecker, eventually turned ads on their channel. Every single person does it. Like, there's almost no exception now. Styx is one of those people that didn't. Which is kind of interesting, because, like, he could make thousands of dollars with his views. Like, he's got the channel where he had videos with 100,000 views, 50,000 views, 60,000 views. He could have made, like, easily, like, 5,000, 6,000 grand a month. But, no, like, he actually stood on his principles. Like, even now, he has not enabled ads on his channel. And he claims, like, the ads that were enabled is because YouTube automatically enabled them. And I actually can verify this because it's true. Like, I used to watch his channel, and then when YouTube passed a new rule that they can monetize videos that the creator doesn't want them monetized, that's when it happened to him. Yeah, now YouTube is like, we're going to put ads on you anyway. Like, what happened was when Sargon got his channel demonetized, I remember, like, there were ads everywhere. And he still didn't get paid. So, yeah. He should take the ad money. Yeah, I don't know why he's not taking the ad money. Like, especially now, like, who the fuck cares? You know, like, you don't see people now going around other content creators and calling them sellouts. Not to mention, like, it's one thing when you use ad revenue and you monetize your entire channel with AdSense. And it's another thing when you take sponsorships. Like, sponsorships is actually different, right? Because, like, you're basically telling people to buy that stuff. And you can get in trouble if you're telling people to buy something that's bad. Like, for instance, BetterHelp. There was a massive controversy with it. He still refused, and it took everyone yelling at him to do it. Because he does it for Jade. Does he do it now? Again, I haven't followed him in a couple of months, so I don't know. But when I did follow him, and it was years in, he still didn't do it. He doesn't want to take the ad money because of principles. Like, he basically views it as selling out, and he wants to show that he's not doing it for money, which a lot of people, including myself, respect. I wish I could get monetized. I don't have the energy to start making videos. But it's kind of annoying, because, like, if you make videos and you notice that no one is watching, it's demoralizing, especially in the beginning. But if you keep going at it, and you keep making videos after videos after videos, like, eventually the algorithm picks them up. Especially if you also know what topics to talk about. By the way, let me show you something cool that I discovered using Grokky. going to advertise a feature. So let me see how I can open it. All right, I think I got it. Give me 1 second. So I told Grok, like, you got the ability to create tasks and shit. And the task is provide a concise summary. Hold on, let me see if I can show it to you. Ah, here we go. Okay. So, provide a concise summary of the top news stories from the past 24 hours, focusing on politics, technology, anti-woke, censorship, especially in anime and video games. Include 3 takeaways of all the subjects. And what I basically did is, like, I replaced the mainstream media. You just get, like, your newsletter, right? And every single newsletter has its link, so you can actually find it. It's like, okay, this is New York Post, this is Axios, this is The Hill, this is Washington, right? So, like, the AI isn't hallucinating now. It's actually giving you proper links to all the claims. And, right, as I asked it, you know, like, give me the top summaries for, let's see, what was the first one? Politics, right? So, Trump hosts rare White House meeting with Schumer. First meeting between the New York natives since last year's government shutdown. Focused on reviewing the stalled $16 billion getaway. Schumer pressed Trump to pull back ICE. The second one, technology. X blocks Grok AI from generating sexual deepfakes amid global backlash. Block supply were illegal. Musk didn't recognize child image abuse. Finally, anti-woke. AOC's Defiance Act passes unanimously to combat deepfake porn. Trigger, Grok X, blah, blah, blah. My point is, this actually replaces search engines. Like, who the fuck uses Google anymore? And the interesting thing is, like, this also replaces the way that the CEO works. Like, if you want your page to actually get visitors, you now need to find out the way so that Grok recommends your page. Because I'm not the only person doing this. And, yeah, like, if I find an interesting thing, I will click on this, you know? Like, if I find, oh, well, what is this? Grok X, deepfake, women and girls, independent.com. And you click it. And obviously, like, there's more articles than on the Independent, right? But Grok is pushing Independent. So I don't know, like, what Independent is doing to come up in the Grok search results. But I do think, like, this is definitely going to replace search engines for the Zoomers. And obviously, like, you can schedule your newsletter in any way you want. It uses search engines to work through. Okay, I don't know what happens, like, behind the hood, but it's quite useful, especially for my work, because, like, I get like 20 news a day, and then I know what to focus on. Does ChatGPT refuse if you ask it the same? I haven't looked if it has the same function, but I don't think it refuses. No. It's fun to use search engines, but if it's able to know, oh, this article is from The Guardian, it's going to be biased, discharge it. Well, I can see it for myself, right? Like, if I see an article that's from a publication that is irreputable, then I don't check it out. Europe and the UK are sending soldiers to Greenland. No one fucking cares. Like, dude, it's not going to happen. The US is not going to war over Greenland. I would definitely be shocked. But we'll see. Again, chances of it happening 0%. I'm not even going to humor this. Not even 10%. No. The United States is not going to war over Greenland. And I'll tell you why. The midterms are coming, right? Now, let me put it this way. If the US and Europe literally went to war, how many people do you think would support it? Like what would Congress do? Because I'm telling you what happened. Like, it's not going to be an actual kinetic shit. Assuming that America would invade Greenland, Congress would immediately put a stop to the invasion. I have absolutely no doubt about it. Like, I'm not even going to entertain the idea. No, I actually think that Europe would give up NATO from Greenland. No, like, what would happen is that, yeah, like, the European Union actually does want a EU army. The only problem is that the people here do not want the EU army. Because, like, the question is, who's going to lead it, right? Like, do we want Germany, again, to lead the army? And so, right now, we don't have an EU army because we have NATO. But ever since Russia was attacking, like Germany and the UK, they're really big on arming up and starting building their own armies, right? Because, like, here's the thing. When people are complaining, it's like, well, Europe doesn't pay its fair share to NATO. The reason they don't pay is because they don't view NATO as theirs, right? Like, they view NATO as belonging to America. But now that Russia is attacking, they are starting to pay their fair share. But if the United States would be attacking as well, in that situation, yes, in that situation, they would unironically, I have 100% faith, and based on my previous observations, that the EU would not would actually be happy with leaving NATO and creating their own army. But it's also like Congress would not allow it, as I said. Like, there's no fucking way, especially after the midterms where it's usual that the other side that doesn't hold the presidency may actually win in the House. I don't see it. Romania should lead the way? God, no. When you lead, you have responsibility. It's a lot better to stay in the shadows. It's actually a lot better to be the little guy. Like, being number one is a teenage mentality. No, like, sometimes being number 5 or number 6, it's really good. Being first or being last is really bad. When it comes to the EU, just think the opposite of sensible. That's their approach. Yeah, but, like, no one is going to start war with the United States. Thing is, like, the European Union, if it actually was to militarize, it would grow exponentially. And it would grow quite fast, because it's not a poor country. Like, the European Union actually does... It doesn't rival the United States in GDP, but it's pretty much not a third world nation. And if they were to, unironically, like, feel threatened, like, legitimately, history shows that, no, like, Europe could definitely militarize. And the thing is, if there was a hypothetical war between the US and the EU, right? And let's say that nukes are off the table, like, no one is nuking anyone else. The people defending would have a massive advantage. Like, if you're talking about attacking the US, the EU can't do it. Like, it's impossible. But if it's the United States attacking Europe, I don't think it can do it either, unless it has, like, some ally, right? Like, if Italy is on the side of the US, or you have, like, a landing base or some shit. Because, like, otherwise it's going to be extremely difficult to wage war with the logistics over the Atlantic Ocean. And it's going to be so costly that the people in the United States will not want it. Like, if you're in the US and you see your people being drafted, right? Like your son, your daughters, now it's more progressive, right? Being drafted to fight in Europe. Like, a lot of Americans will be wondering, what the fuck are we doing? Why is this reasonable? And then you see, like, the price hikes and the disruption in the global supply chains, and everything becomes more expensive, and gas prices start rising. And you start to wonder, what the fuck? Why are we doing this? Like, was it necessary? For Greenland? Really? I mean, yeah, with Russia, right? Like, you already have people that don't like the fact that America is in Russia. You literally have, like, strong opposition against the Russian conflict. The reason that America likes the conflict with Russia is because, well, it managed to get Venezuela, it managed to play games in the Middle East and get Syria. Not necessarily, like, hold them, but, like, do regime changes in these countries. And so, like, they profit from it and they benefit. But I don't think, like, they would benefit if you had a war with Russia and then you also have a war with Europe. It's like, no. A lot more people here at least right-wing people want America to be more isolationist. Yeah, and I understand why. Anyway, the difference is that with Russia, you're not sending boots on the ground, right? Like, you're not sending troops. But if you want war with Europe over Greenland, like, you'd have to send American troops, and it would be even worse. Still, whatever. I have no doubt that whatever happens with Greenland is not going to be kinetic. Can Trump, like, pull some diplomatic jutsu and, like, somehow get Greenland? Yes. I wouldn't be surprised. It's still unlikely, but it wouldn't shock me. Can America manage to get what it wants in Greenland, like deploy your soldiers there and patrol the waters and extract some resources without legally claiming that Greenland is yours, but like de facto is? Yes, like that actually is likely. But will America actually invade and send troops and fight the EU troops in Greenland? No. EU could have avoided this had they done something with Greenland instead of sitting on it. But we need rare earth minerals. I don't think Europe cares. You're not getting Greenland. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if it happens. I think like Donald Trump right now is a lot more interested in his own hemisphere. Like he's interested with Venezuela, with Cuba, with Mexico. We'll see. We'll see. The EU would overregulate the war machine. Not really. Like, look at World War I and World War II. Like, before these wars, there were many regulations. Like, Europe is obsessed with it. But when the war actually happens, all the regulations go away. The same thing with the vaccine, with the COVID vaccine, right? Like, there's so many regulations about vaccines, and there's so many regulations about doctor-patient confidentiality. All that shit went away during the pandemic. Like, literally, they just didn't fucking care. No, Europe becomes really brutal when it actually faces a proper crisis, or at least it gaslights the people to think it faces a proper crisis. The Greenland thing is all about stopping the Chinese from jamming detector stations? We'll see. Again, I don't want to talk about it anymore because it's just speculation. If something happens, I will readdress it. I will apologize if I'm wrong. I have a feeling I'm not, though. I want to show you, like, a guy called Papa Got that got very, very upset over Nick Shirley. I generally find it interesting how obsessed people are with Nick Shirley when what that he is doing is just, like, basic bitch journalism.
This is 607.
And they absolutely hate his guts, right? And the guy just exposed some corruption. Like, he didn't kill anyone. But, like, as you can see, he has a new video.
And it is not a transportation company.
That's crazy because he.
This is 607, and it is not a transportation company.
That's crazy because the address is in 607. It's 607 South. So this is where they are right now, right? This is where they're supposed to be. He's not at the place that's actually listed on the place. He's dumb. He's an idiot. He doesn't know how to redirect.
The thing is, like, he is literally at the place. The streamer had to delete the stream in shame instead of apologizing. But he is literally at the place.
Directions on maps. Oh, sorry. I really just need to look at this for this video. I don't care because we just figured out that they're lying about the address. I need to know if Caleb Hammer and their fact-checking team of like 30 different employees were able to figure out that they're at the wrong address because they're at 607 and not 607 South. I need to know like how desperate they are to come.
See, like this is the thing. If you talk like if I was to examine a leftist journalist which exposed a case of massive corruption, even if I hate it, like let's say it's a politician that I really like, he managed to propose legislation that I appreciate, but he also happens to be corrupt, right? And so you have a leftist journalist that exposed my politician for corruption, and I'm really butthurt about it. But at the end of the day, like the leftist journalist managed to do it, right? Like he managed to gather the evidence, fair enough. If I would see that leftist journalist do another expose, I wouldn't act like this, because I would be like, okay, let's see if I have all of my cards first. You know, like you don't want your bullet to miss. Like let's see that if I take a shot, I hit. I wouldn't go on a live stream without all of the proper information and do what this guy is doing.
guzzle fucking conservative propaganda. Why? Like, what do you do with your money? Do you just like shove it up your fucking ass, or do you actually like spend it on people doing your fucking job? I'm sick of this shit, dude. What the fuck is this? Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude. This is crazy. It's crazy, bro. What the fuck is crazy, dude?
I think it's crazy.
You have a fucking shows us in the video. Fuck is this shit? You lecture a bunch.
I'm just wanting to show you that for like minutes upon minutes, this guy's having a meltdown.
That's fucking gay. That's the wrong place. I'm the both sides guy. I call out basic questions. Guys, what's Google? What is Google? How does Google work? How do we do Google? It's not the same place. It's not the same place at all. It's not the same place.
This is like after 4 minutes and 46 seconds of nonstop verbal diarrhea, saying that this is crazy, this is crazy, this is insane, what is it doing, right-wing propaganda, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy. And then people told him, dude, it's the same place. This is the face he makes, and eventually deletes the fucking stream. What an embarrassment. Like, I just gotta say, you know, if you're not sure, at least apologize. Like, people would have said, no, seriously, if I was him and I did that thing, I would just come out and I would say, look, fed it off. I'm stupid, let's move on. I wouldn't delete the stream. I would just be like, look, it happens, haven't slept last night, I was a little bit tired, I assume malice, I guess. But like, they can't do that, right? Like, they can't do that for some fucking reason. And it wouldn't even be peer pressure. It wouldn't even be, because like at this point, you can't even say, well, they have to do what the group says. They have to... No. Even other leftists would understand. Even other leftists, if you went on a rant like that, if you go like, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, fuck, and then you find out that you were wrong, and you say, you know what, fine, now, joke's on me, I got egg on my face, it's alright. And you just apologize, even Vosh, even Hassan Piker, even all the leftists would be like, okay, yeah, no, leave this guy alone. Yeah, he's... set that beard on fire! But yeah. He does have the Innsbruck look of soy. A weird amalgamation of Vosh and Destiny. It's also like the pink hat that I find interesting. This is crazy. I just met you. But this is fraud. Let's call the number. Yeah. Accountability is their kryptonite. I don't know, like, I feel like Sargon of Akkad, if like, first of all, he wouldn't fall into this, right? Because, like, if you have, like, such a suspicion, you're going to usually, like, fact check, and it's not even that difficult. You can literally ask an AI now, right? Like, at least ask an AI. It's not always correct, but at least it gives you some indication. And so, even if you actually do fact check and you actually do end up making a mistake, just own it. So it's like, look, it's human to make mistakes. It's fine, you know. Like, I got really upset. I really hate that guy. I would honestly say that. It's like, yeah, I got upset. I hate that guy. But in this situation, I was wrong, you know. So it's fine. He won. I lost. It is what it is. It's not even TDS. Like, at this point, I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know why so many leftists like Tim Walz. It's like, I get it if you like, what was that name of the guy? Mr. Robinson? The guy that made the entertainment for kids. His neighborhood. Facts, the left, the F you on. Look. I understand. If you like Barney the dinosaur, right? And if someone exposes that Barney the dinosaur was into fraud, you still feel like disaffection. It's like, yeah, he made my childhood great. You know what? He can run away with fraud. Or you like Mr. Rogers. Yeah, you like Mr. Rogers. And like someone exposes Mr. Rogers, and you're like, you know what? Why did you expose him? Like, fine, just let him take the money. You know, this is like an Eastern European mindset, which is not really correct. Like, I don't want other people to have it. But like sometimes some Eastern Europeans, it's like you really like a guy and you'd be like, okay, he is corrupt, but he was my corrupt, you know? Like, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole. So, like, okay, you know, like Mr. Rogers, he entertained children. Okay, he stole some money. Just leave it alone. Just leave it the fuck alone. Why? Okay, so you get like animosity towards the reporter, but it's fucking Tim Waltz. Like, who likes Tim Waltz? He's not Mr. Rogers. He's not Barney the dinosaur. Like, why do leftists care so much? Like, you're going to get another Democrat to replace him anyway. This is like, unironically, what I don't understand. It's not like you're going to get a right-winger now that Tim Waltz was exposed, right? It's not like you're going to get Donald Trump to replace him or J.D. Vance. It's still going to be a Democrat, so, like, literally, what's the point in getting so butthurt and so upset that, oh... And Tim Waltz was old anyway. Like, right? Like how many years do you want the same guy? Like, what is with this fetish that America has towards the geriatric squad? Like, you guys elect people that are 1 foot in the grave. Like, I'm sorry, you know, but like, once the person is 70, like, he should retire. He should go home, see his grandchildren, like, live his golden years. Why are Americans that are politicians clinging to power so much? It's almost like a lifeline. Mr. Rogers was like a living scam. Mr. Rogers was actually really great, man. Mr. Rogers apparently went to Senate and they wanted to cut funding, and he had such a powerful speech that they gave him more funding. So let me show you the just so you know what I think. Like, this is probably like one of the greatest speeches in history, and I'll show you what I mean. So they called him into the Senate,
and we speak to...
They called him here in order to cut his funding. And I have never seen a person being called into Senate to cut their funding and actually leave with more funds, right? Like, his speech was so powerful that it actually moved the senators.
Rogers, you got the floor.
Senator Pastore, this is a philosophical statement and would take about 10 minutes to read, so I'll not do that. One of the first things that a child learns in a healthy family is trust. And I trust what you have said, that you will read this. It's very important to me. I care deeply about children. My first children...
Will it make you happy if you read it?
I'd just like to talk about it, if it's all right.
Sir. Okay.
My first children's program was on WQED 15 years ago, and its budget was $30. Now, with the help of the Sears Roebuck Foundation and National Educational Television, as well as all of the affiliated stations, each station pays to show our program. It's a unique kind of funding in educational television. With this help, now our program has a budget of $6,000. It may sound like quite a difference, but $6,000 pays for less than 2 minutes of cartoons, 2 minutes of animated, what I sometimes say, bombardment. I'm very much concerned, as I know you are, about what's being delivered to our children in this country. And I've worked in the field of child development for 6 years now, trying to understand the inner needs of children. We deal with such things as the inner drama of childhood. We don't have to bop somebody over the head to make him to make drama on the screen. We deal with such things as getting a haircut, or the feelings about brothers and sisters, and the kind of anger that arises in simple family situations. And we speak to it constructively.
How long a program is it?
It's a half hour every day.
So, I want you to compare, like, how people were making programs for kids then and how they're making it now on Netflix. But yeah, no, the thing is, like, his speech was so powerful that he actually went in there with people, like, trying to cut him off, and actually got a raise. So, yeah, no, he was an amazing speaker. Amanda Hodgkins has been looking for you. You need to find Amanda Hodgkins. You're not going to... No, listen. After Artemis Fowl got me, I got, but like never again. What was this? Quite a long time ago, yes. Gave you shivers? Not in a good way? What do you mean? Wonder what Mr. Rogers would have to say about Elsa Gate? We can ask ChatGPT. If he made this speech today, we'd be 100% convinced he was a creepy guy. I mean... I generally don't know, like, how people used to talk back then. But I think, like, that's how he actually talked on his show. And so, like, if Pattis didn't find him creepy at the time, I don't think, like, he was a creepy guy. Like, maybe that's how he talked. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But, well, I mean, I'm not going... Like, I've got absolutely no evidence that he did anything creepy. And, I'm not going to say anything to besmirch him. I do have to say that, yeah, usually, like, people that make cartoons for kids, they're a little bit odd. And it's kind of like an observation, because it's like... Most people don't have what it takes in order to, like, imagine what a kid would like to see. Know what I mean? Maybe I'm just talking weird, but, yeah, like, I couldn't make a cartoon. Like, I couldn't imagine what I would put on a screen that kids would like. I would not be able to make Dexter's Laboratory, for instance. I would not be able to come up with Cow and Chicken. Like, it just takes, like, this... You need to be on LSD or some shit in order to make it, right? Like, is there any one of you there that knows how you could make, like, a fairy tale or a cartoon for kids? Because I definitely don't know. Like, I think, like, the only people that could do it is teenagers. Like, teenagers probably remember what it was like to be a kid, and they remember, like, what they liked. But if you were to get me, like, if you were to force me to make something for kids, like, I don't think I could do it. Like, it would... The only stuff that I can do is stuff that has tits and violence, and that's definitely not for kids. Stephen Hillenberg was actually a good soul. RAP dude was a marine biologist who used his cartoon skills to entertain people of all ages. Yeah, I was a kid in the 90s. Like, I had Transformers and SWAT Cats. Well, actually, if I think about it, I believe I could make a SWAT Cat, but, like, I don't know if people now, like, if the Zoomers would like it. Because Zoomers, like, they enjoy completely different shit. Like, for a Zoomer, if a scene is more than 10 seconds on the screen, they get bored. And so, like, they like stuff where the scenes constantly change. Like, they have, like, a 6 seconds attention span. It's almost like you need to make it using Grok. Let me show you something else. Yeah, I think like that's exactly what you said. Like, you need to have tism in order to make cartoons for kids. You need to have a little bit of tism. By the way, I want to show you an AI. They used AI in order to create an anime of Donald Trump abducting Maduro, and I wanna share it with you guys, and let me know what you think. Let me see if I can find which one is it. Yeah, here we go. Let me just get past the commercials. And I wanted you guys to rate it, right? Like 10 really great, 0 AI slop.
Cambio de rey, además de ilegal, es inmoral. Y aquí no lograrán ni colonizar, ni esclavizar, ni a Venezuela, ni a América del Sur, ni a nuestra América. Y si algún día tocan a Venezuela, toda la América se levantará por nosotros.
déjame explotar el control técnico.
So now let's go to reaction that's pouring in from world leaders this morning who are waking up to a new reality with what happened overnight.
If I can get Grok to present my news like this, I think I would have the best job in the universe. Isn't that right? I think like it's not just AI. I think like they actually got the AI to generate the images, and then they used editors and they added sound effects and shit. So it's like, from what I've noticed, if you want to make stuff that's AI and actually make money, you can't just like generate it through the AI and call it a day. You actually have to put some effort and put like some human labor into it. Liberal tears. SRC Maker, sorry V, missed most of the stream. Was on Zoom. Here's another $15 for the tip jar, but I just hear you mentioned LSD. Caught my interest. Yeah, apparently if you want to make cartoons for kids, you need to have either a little bit of autism or you need to have LSD. It's like another thing. It's like if you make cartoons for kids, like, do they like it? Like, do they have a ranking for it? Because like usually, when I see like I don't know, Steven Universe, right, and people complain it, leftists will say, well, it's for kids. It's for kids. You don't have to like it because it's for kids. And so it's like, okay, so there's no quality standard. Like literally anything goes. Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you're doing AI, you gotta use the creative tool like a creative tool. No, I'll tell you the limitations, right? So, like, if we look at it again, the one thing with AI right now is that it can't hold something more than 6 seconds. So if you look at, you'll notice that the frames, they change every single 6 seconds or so, right? So, like, 6 seconds are early, you get a new frame. And, the problem is continuity. Like, if you have, let's say, a character, like in this case, you got Donald Trump, right? Where is Donald Trump? All right. Like, here you have, like, the Venezuelan president. Like, perfect example. And this is why you can't really make anime with this. He's going to change faces. Like, look how he looks here, right? Now he looks different. And when you have him here, completely different guy. And when he comes up here, yet again, different guy. So, the reason you can't really make an anime right now, except like a trailer, right? Like a small meme or a presentation, is because, like, number one, the AI cannot hold a character for more than 6 seconds. And number two, characters look differently. Like, each time you prompt it, each time you make a new prompt, there's a difference. And so it's nice if you want to make like a trailer, quote unquote. Like, my God, this got 500,000 views. But you can't really make anything long term. I think it's good for environments as well. Like if you want to have like the background and you just draw the characters and shit. But the technology just isn't there to make like a full anime. Yeah, the hair changes too, yeah. I see a lot of people that hate AI, know a lot about AI. It's like, yeah, I hate AI, AI to slop. You need to make different models, like with Stable Diffusion, you can get like a 70% rate. Like, why do you know this if you hate AI? There are some tricks, starting with a seed image, take the last frame of the last 6 seconds, and yeah. But the problem is, you lose the character's face. Like, the AI just, if you keep doing that, you end up with a completely different character after like 2 or 3 seeds, so. Anyway, chat. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing Under the Bridge with Amalgamite. And I'll see you guys there. Until then, have a nice evening and take care.